Hello, everyone. Welcome back to College Coaching Network Ambassadors Club Live. Today, we just wanted to come out and really talk about college tours. When it comes for students preparing to go to college, knowing what the campus looks like, what opportunities are there, what community or city that it's in,
Yeah.
is definitely huge things to consider when selecting what campus to go to. We know, of course, with the pandemic, doing physical tours at particular schools is a challenge. Or maybe you live in one state and you really want to go to a different state, and driving or flying is a challenge as well. Well, we have some solutions and insight and information for you today. So I'm going to turn it over to Clyde so he can talk more about virtual college tours.
Yeah, let's jump into it. Before we jump into the actual virtual college tours, you have a leg up on me because your daughter actually goes to college,
She does.
right? And so you guys, can you walk me through before we go to the tours? How did she prepare before she went down to view the college? And as a mom, what did you do because it was probably a lot of emotional things that was going on with you, kind of thinking my baby's leaving, that kind of stuff, right?
Right.
And so how did you handle the preparation side? How did you handle the emotional side? And then what things were you looking for in particular when you went to the school to kind of check off your list to knowing that was a good fit for her?
Those are all super good questions. We definitely went through all the range of emotions. My daughter was very confident in the school that she wanted to attend. She goes to LSU in Baton Rouge. And at first, she did not apply for other colleges. She only applied there. And we told her about college leveraging and was like, hey, we need some more colleges in the pot so that we can market you well. So this year they actually had the most applicants that they've had in history apply to get in. So her getting in was a really, really big deal. We were able to go and tour the campus before the pandemic, like physically do the tour and walk around. And so for us, she told us where she wanted to go. It was not the family decision. It was, she had done her research and she knew that's where she wanted to be. So my husband and I are originally from Louisiana. So the fact that she wanted to go to our home state was like, okay, that's great. But touring the campus, I think one of the biggest things, once she got there, she fell in love with it even more because it felt like home. So there's, just the greenery, the atmosphere, the people there. She said it feels like somewhere she could visually see herself at as we were taking the tour. And so having that sense of peace that she felt home gave us some comfort. The first few times she came home after being away, of course, it's always a tearjerker to watch her drive off. But I feel like she made the best decision for her.
It's a difficult decision. I know when I got ready to go to college, like I told you, I saw the little gorilla when I was in the cafeteria on the TV that they rolled out. It wasn't a flat screen TV. It was one of those on the car.
with the strap around it and the VCR.
Yeah, and the cord in the back of it that they roll like this in the back. Yeah, so So, but when I got on the campus, I looked around and I wanted to be around a lot of people that made me feel welcome. So I would always try to say something to people like, hey, what's up or whatever. And you wanted to see if they were going to respond back, right? Because sometimes you're on the campus and people like down south, I've noticed that people are naturally a lot more nice. But then you can go to some areas, I won't throw those out, but you go to some areas and those people in certain areas, they just do not reply back well or respond back well. So things like that mean a lot. So what I want to go through is a checklist of some things that you can look for before you go to the college, because once you get on the college campus, your emotions are going to kick in a lot more than your logic.
Yes.
Right? Your emotions will kick in a lot more than your logic, and you want to make a logical decision, and then you can support that with your emotions, right? And so, because when I went down there and I saw the basketball court, I was like, oh man, it was a big gorilla on the court. I'm like, oh man, it was that. They had at the football games, they actually light a cannon, and every time they score a touchdown, they light the old school cannon, and they boom, and they shoot this big old thing off. Everybody's ducking, wondering, but it was just such a fun environment that I wanted to be a part of it. But I wish I would have experienced maybe some other college universities before I just chose just that one, because I've been to some other campuses and I'm like, man, I wish I would have took the time to explore all those different options out there. So let's jump in and talk more about the logical part for the first couple minutes, and then let's go to the emotional part, because we're going to walk you through a couple of college campuses. Is that all right?
Yes.
All right. So I am going to, let's jump out here and
share your screen.
Yeah, let's do that now.
All right.
All right. So can you see the speaker?
Yes.
All right. So again, we're talking about the logical side of preparing for college. Hey, Ina. And so when you go out there, you'll see the campus visit. So they talk about different things, but there's a couple offices that you want to go see when you get actually on the college campus. You want to go to the admissions office because you want to make sure that you've been accepted into the college. You definitely want to go to financial aid because you got to pay for it. And then the career placement office is an office that a lot of people don't talk about. So when I go to particular schools, you want to find out, are the people that are working in that career placement office, are they full-time? Are they work study students? Do they have any connections to any industries? Because when I go to college, I'm not just going down there just to have fun. I'm going down there to get a degree, and I'm also going down there so I can get a job. And so some of these career placement offices have internships. They have relationships with industries that can get you in the door. And so those are some questions that you want to ask or find out when you go down there. You want to talk to the faculty and see, like, you know, do they have people that represent you, right? Do they have your best interests at heart? Do they have a good student faculty ratio? I have been in a class where it was a general elective class, and there was upward to 800 to 900 students in that one class, right? Wow. You're nothing but a number, right? So you want to understand that faculty student ratio, and then you want to talk to other students, like I was alluding to before. You want to ask them some questions. You want to interact and see if they're socially engaged with you. Like if you just give them the head nod, are they going to give it back to you, or are they going to look at you like you're nothing? You want to be in an environment where everybody makes you feel like you're at home, like you talked about with your daughter. So those are some of the things that we talk about. So the admissions office, I'm not going to go through all of these, but if you're a member of College Coaching Network, guess what? You get access to everything I'm getting ready to walk you through. But these are some questions that you want to find out from the admissions office. What are the criteria used for the admissions at the college? How do you rank these criteria? How important is the ACT and SAT when it comes to getting accepted into the college and getting money, right? So those are some things. What percentage of the faculty hold doctorate degrees? You want to know what that looks like. What's the average enrollment of freshmen? And then what percentage of freshmen graduate? So what they'll do is they'll track all the freshmen from 2021 going in, and then they'll look at how many of them actually graduate in 2025 or 2026. And that's going to give you a ratio. Well, that's historical data that you can see to find out if that college is going to be a good fit to give you the support that you need. Does that make sense, Mika?
Yes, it does.
All right. Financial aid office.
That piece I think is important. It's one that's not talked about enough, because if on average most students are graduating within 6 years, then 4 years, then you really need to consider that, because it's going to impact the cost that you pay for that particular university. So you have to weigh those options to think, do I maybe want to schedule a visit somewhere else that has, you know, a higher graduating percentage within that 4 years?
You sound like me now. You've been hanging around me too long. So financial aid office, when you go in there, you want to find out obviously what the total cost is, you know, and do a financial aid budget. Jumping down to number 3, what is the college financial aid deadline? That's important to know as far as how you can get in line for the money. What percentage of financial need will be met by the college? That's important because some of the colleges that are out there will meet 100% of the financial aid that you need And some of the colleges won't. And when you get ready to make a decision, you want to find out what that need that they need is, because even though you may have to take out loans, you may have to take out unnecessary loans if you choose the wrong college. So those are questions you definitely want to find out from the financial aid office. So we'll get to more, but I'm gonna jump over to the career placement center. So when you jump over there again, you want to find out, are the people working in that office just like you? Are they actual students at the college and they're just doing it for work study? Are they actually industry professionals? Do they work in that office full time? Do they have any connections to anyone that's in the industry? And if so, what particular industries are they really connected to? Because you could be a psychology major and all they have is a lot of connections for automotive, right? So you want to find out some of those things as you talk to those people. And then which companies or organizations do they help recruit for when you graduate, right? Because you want to get a job at a company when you graduate from that college. So there's some other questions there you can go through. The faculty and the department head, you want to find out who that is, and then find out about their history. And then are they accessible? Can you go in there and talk to them? Do you have to schedule an appointment, or what does that look like? How many full-time professors teach introductory classes, right? And things of that sort. So those are some things that you want to have. Do you have to ask all these questions when you go down there? No, you don't. But go through the list and find out 2 or 3 that you really want to know more information about, and then be prepared to ask those questions as you go through those different offices to talk to the people. The students, you may want to ask. I know when there's a girl that I used to work with, and what she would do, and this is crazy, but she would actually go out in the back of the building before she went to interview for a company. And a lot of times there's women, and I'm not promoting cigarette smoking at all, but there will be women in the back of the building that occasionally would smoke cigarettes. And she would go back there and ask them some questions about maybe the company. And she would find out what was really going on with the company before she interviewed. And a lot of times people, crazy philosophy, but it worked for her, right? I don't think she smoked, but it is what it is. She got secondhand smoke that day. But when you go back there and you ask those questions, or you ask somebody what their dislikes are, you're going to really find out the truth about what's going on at the campus. And they're not going to give you the information that they're going to tell you when they give you their dislikes. They're not putting that information on their brochures. That's not going to be anything that they send to your house, right? So this is information that sometimes you only find out when you actually go on the campus, or if you find out how to do some reviews of what's going on, which we've talked about before. And then obviously ask them some things that they like. What are the dorms like? Go ahead. I don't know if you can say something.
I just wanted to add just really quickly in line with talking to students. Go to the student center. If there's a student center, just go there, grab a coffee, sit down there, just kind of observe. People come and talk to you. And that's like a really good place to also get information on what is going on, and visit the departments. Like, go to the department if you know what your major is going to be. Go to the department and talk to the department secretary. Like, get a feel for what the department is like by just visiting there. So that's all I wanted to add.
No, that's good. I used to go over to the student center when I was there, and we would play ping pong against a lot of the people that were from foreign exchange students. And like you just said, everybody's over there running their mouth. They're between classes, and that's when you get a chance to find out what's really going on. Yeah,
yes, you do. Very quickly.
Yeah, real quick. Yeah. I have some legendary stories I'll tell you offline about over there. That's
I think one of the biggest overviews of being able to ask these questions to the various areas is take the time to do your research thoroughly, because this going to college is a major investment in your time, your money, and the directive of your life. Because this is, you're transitioning from high school into adulthood, and the surroundings you place yourself in is going to be part of the mold that sculpts you into who you become. And so it's a piece of the walk of life that you'll take. So you want to make sure that you do your due diligence and ask questions and make sure it's going to fit you, that it's the direction you want to go.
That is I couldn't have said it better, but that is so on point. And it's crazy because even us doing this podcast right now for College Coaching Network, every person in life has a point in your mind. If you feel like there's something that you're supposed to do, that even though you feel like that's what you're supposed to do, you still need a confirmation to kind of give you that bolt of confidence to continue to move forward. Mm-hmm. And I was at a critical juncture where I was wondering, should I continue trying to move College Coaching Network forward? Because there was another opportunity that came, and it was in an area that I was passionate about. And I'm actually still kind of working in the area now. But I felt like it was either all or nothing. Either I was going to continue with College Coaching Network, or I was just going to go ahead and move over to this other area. And I met with a guy that's my college buddy. And because of the relationship that I built with him in college, I trusted his judgment. And he told me that what I was on to was going to be something that was going to change the lives of a lot of students, a lot of people. And it was something that I was so passionate about. He couldn't see me moving forward without doing it. But that relationship started with me being at college and building the right relationships with people that made me feel like I was at home. Me and him we're still cool to this day. I graduated from college in 1997, and we're still cool to this day. So as Mika is saying, those relationships and all those things mean everything. Going over here to ranking the colleges. So as you go through these checklists, and I'm gonna go through real quick, you can start to rank the colleges that you feel are your top colleges, and you kind of rank them, in chronological order from there. So when you come here to the college interview checklist, there's some questions, that you can ask yourself or get yourself prepared. You can practice your interview. When I went down for my college interview, I didn't have a clue what I was walking into. They made me take a assessment test because my ACT test score was so low, and I was put under academic probation, even though I had a 3.875 GPA, but I only scored 17. So they made me take a assessment test. And because they did that, they stated that I was under academic probation. And until we talked to one of our partners that we've been talking with, I didn't know that probation was a way of the college getting out if I didn't perform well. It was their way of being able to dismiss me, and then they can bring another student in, which I thought was very interesting. But before you go down there, we'll have a whole nother conversation about that one. But when you go down there, like, look in the mirror and start asking yourself some questions that you think they may ask you. Relax and just be yourself. You don't have to put on a facade. One of the things that I love about Mika, Ina, and myself, when we're not doing something live and we're talking, we're the same people here with the camera on that we are without the camera on, right? You don't have to act like you're trying to go out and get some Academy Award. Just be you.
Yes.
Right? Speak. And since I'm talking about be you, speak.
I was going to say, also remember is that as much as you want to go to this university, remember you're paying to go there. So just as much as they're interviewing you, you interview them. Yeah. Because you're making the investment to go there. It's just like purchasing a home. You're not begging a homeowner to sell you their house, because at the end of the day, it's your dollars that are purchasing the house. Do you want to come to some mutual ground where both parties are satisfied and are reaping a benefit? Yes. But at the end of the day, this is a major investment in your life. So you have to make sure that you're doing your due diligence of what's going to meet your needs. And like Claude said, be yourself, because with hiding a mask and trying to be this level of perfection for this interview, you strip away the diversity of who you are and the true effect you want to have on campus.
Right. Because there's only one of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, for sure.
Only one of you. That's right, Ian.
The other thing we talked about was you mentioned the partner that we talked about, because talking about the interview process for college is that they're not just looking for the GPA and your ACT, SAT scores. They're looking for you to be well-rounded. What activities were you involved in? Where did you volunteer at? Do you have a job? What is your story? What is your journey? So being well-rounded is also something that colleges are looking for. And when you look at a college, you want to make sure they meet your well-rounded needs. Like, what organizations are there? What can you get involved with? What has happened that you don't want to be involved in?
You're giving me an alley-oop. So go ahead, Ina. You can say something.
No, I was just going to add, you reminded me, Mika. It's true, because when you go there, make sure you ask about the student organizations when you go to do your tour. Talk to some of them, the ones that interest you the most. Make time to talk to the president, the members. They usually have an office in the student center for for associations on campus. Make that one place to stop for sure, because that will also give you a lot of insight. And Mika is absolutely right. You're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you, and your engagement with them and showing what your interests are and not saying yes to everything that they say or trying to impress them makes a huge difference. It makes an impact on them because they see that you're passionate and genuinely interested in their university. And so because you're passionate, you're able to contribute more to their community, which is ultimately what they want as well, in addition to your dollars, of course. But they also want you to, be passionate about being a part of their community.
Yes.
That is true. That is true. So here's a checklist of some things that Mika rattled off. I'm not going to bore you with that. And then here is a breakout of, make sure I go here to this. We've got like a scoring system that you can have, admission essays. And there's another checklist. I thought there was a resume checklist and all that. I'm going to back off because there's a sample, as Mika was talking about, adding the different things like what organizations were you involved in? Are you a totally rounded student? So there are some things here that you can kind of put out there that will make you a better fit. But I'm going to back off of here and let me jump into sharing another screen with you real quick. I learned this from the last time. So let me come out of there and then go back to share again. And then we're going to jump over to doing this tour. So let me go here real quick. And I'll just do just a couple of them. I don't want to go too deep into it today. So let's go here. All right. Can you guys see this?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. So I'm going to go up here real quick and we'll just jump over to, we talked over to a young lady that we're looking to do some things with at Columbia College. Or Columbia, was it Columbia University or Columbia College?
Columbia College.
Columbia College. All right. So let's jump in here real quick. Columbia. Yep. LUMB. Yep. There we go.
There it is.
Mm-hmm. So we talked with her this week and excited about being able to do some things with her. And also she works with a lot of parents. So if you're looking to go back to college and or if you never graduated, but you're looking to return or what have you, we've got some connections with that, with her as a resource that can give you guys some benefits there. So we can get you more information if you're a member on that. But let me go in here real quick, and we're not going to complete this today. We don't want them to follow up with us, but you can come out here and let's go tour the college campus real quick.
Welcome to Columbia College.
And I'm going to actually be the tour guys.
Columbia,
we're going to turn,
otherwise known as College Town.
Turn the young lady off. All right, so let's go through the gate and we'll walk through. So if you can see this here is kind of what the main campus looks like.
USA. My name is Hillary,
she wants to
and
talk
I'll
the whole
be your
time.
tour guide today.
Okay, so we'll back off her.
So
this is Dorsey Chapel, which I don't know what Dorsey Chapel
Use
is.
the arrows below to navigate around our campus. We're beginning our tour at Rogers Gate.
Rogers Gates. Now she told us where we are. We're at Rogers Gates. So you can kind of walk through and see what that looks like. I keep talking about this Dorsey Chapel. So let's jump over there to Dorsey Chapel and see what that looks like. Oh, wow. Okay, that's nice. So you can go inside of there. I guess this is going down the steps. Let's see if we can go inside the door. Oh, this is on the outside. Okay. So let's try to see if we can go inside the actual building. All right. So next is St. Clair Hall. I don't know if this is all we get, or do we get a chance to go in there more? Let me click. And you'll note I'm like a little kid, like playing a video game. You just want to keep clicking on everything. All right. So we'll go down the pathway, see what that looks like. And there's St. Clair Hall. Okay, let's go up the steps. Okay, so that must be walking us inside the actual building. All right, I think I went back down. Okay, I'm down another part of the college. So this must be close to where the dorms are at. Yep. All right, so let's go here. And this must be going into the main. So now we're by, I don't even know how to say that. Is that Lunar Auditorium? All right, let's go. I'm assuming that auditorium may be where the sports is at. So let's see if it'll let me go inside of there. Nope, wouldn't let me go inside there. All right, we're going to go to Hughes Hall. That was interesting. All right, Hughes Hall. Let's go there. And okay, let's see what the dining hall looks like. All right, and the dining hall is here. It's funny looking at some of the images that some of these colleges put out there for everybody to see. So this must be in some.
They have beautiful ground.
They do have very beautiful ground. I give them that. All right, so let's see here what that looks like. This must be inside of there. I think it's slowly loading. All right, so
I think one of the things that you're going through there, Claude, to remind the students that if you have access to the app and you have those VR goggles, these tours, you can actually take them by using the VR goggles to really be able to get the full experience. But as you can see, Claude going through, if you're using the desktop version, you also have the ability to use those arrows to guide, or as he's getting ready to show, the 360 view ability as well. So it has multi-functions.
You sound like you were a tour guide, Mika. So you can go in here.
I've done this, one or two times.
I love it. Yeah. So this is kind of the 360 of it. So you can kind of go around there and play with that. So we're done with Columbia. Let's go out of Columbia. Let's go to another school. Columbia's got some stuff. You can go out there and play around and see what they got. All right. So let's jump into one more for the sake of time. So I am going to go to someone probably at the top of our list. So Hanover College. I've never heard of Hanover College before. Have you ever heard of Hanover College?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You know what? No disrespect to Hanover. We'll catch you next time. I saw Harvard down there. Let's go to Harvard. Yeah, let's go to Harvard.
You talk about historic campus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's go out there to Harvard and check them out. So we'll go out here and let's see what they've got. All right, so when you come out to, and I don't know if they have a main campus or a side campus.
I think this one is their main campus. And so as we're going through this, student and parents, remember that with this and going through the tours, you can also schedule an actual campus tour through the app. And you can also chat with admission advisors and do registration and apply online.
Yes.
And
because of our partnership with them, they allow us to make sure that we can embed in so you can get direct access to them. And also through the app, you can have the ability to chat with admission advisors or chat with other students that are in the experience too, and give each other virtual handshakes. If you shake your phone and I shake my phone, Mika, both of our phones will vibrate and let us know that we're both in the app at the same time. It's a virtual handshake, which is crazy. So I think I'm going into the water.
Welcome to Cambridge, Massachusetts, home of Harvard College.
Okay.
My name is.
All right, so let's go. Man, that's a beautiful campus. I'll tell you that much. All right, so this here is the freshman dorms. Wow, okay.
So see
you can
the
go.
image down there, Clyde, in your lower right. If you click on that, it should. I want to say those are the ones. Yeah, it'll take you to different locations, areas.
So that was what takes you inside of. That's what I didn't
Mm-hmm.
click on last time. Yeah. Normally when I got those VR glasses on, I'm just moving my head left and right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, that's cool. So I can come here and I can start to see the 360 view of it. Nice. Kind of go walking all the way around it. And then, so let's go John Harvard statue. Okay. That's crazy because I knew Harvard College, but I didn't know his name was John Harvard. Did you know that?
No.
I did not know that. All right. I'm not going to play the video. Let's go to the freshman dorms real quick. All right, let's go inside and see what the freshman dorms look like. Oh, these are nice. Man, somebody's got to get into Harvard from College Culture Network so we can do a podcast and interview you, but we want to do that on location, like with you and your camera and everything right there at the college.
Yes.
Man, that is nice. All right, we're going to skip the front. I want to go inside.
So do you know that Harry Potter was filmed at Harvard's in their mess hall?
Oh wow!
Oh, that's
I did
great.
not know that.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the filming was done there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
All right.
campus.
It is.
And the buildings.
Oh wow!
That is
You see that
really
little
great.
neat.
Yeah.
That's a nice dorm.
Oh, that is cool. And you can still do the 360 of the room. So let's see how clean their room is. See their clothes is coming out the drawers there. Yeah. Let's go. If we can go in there. See if they let me go in
That's
there.
a big dorm room for
All right.
freshmen.
Yeah, I would agree. This is probably, they got to look at the lights. They got their little their little party lights. Oh man, this is cool. And then you can come in here and see they got it's college life where you got your little remember when y'all used to have the lights for the lamp?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh wow. They got their backpacks. Yeah, this is college life, that's for sure. But they actually had a living room sofa. You saw that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I don't like that. Oh, okay, I thought it was two beds back to back. Beside that, like I don't want to be that close to my room.
No, that looks like that's probably a single room.
Yeah, that's a single.
Yeah, single. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Look at the windows. That's like nice windows.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Natural light.
Right.
Those are other things to consider too when doing your college selection. Is do you want a roommate? Do you want to pay extra not to have a roommate? Do you want to live on campus? Live off campus?
You don't want a roommate. Roommates are overrated. No, I'm just playing with you. No, they're fun.
Yeah, those are definitely things to consider, especially if you maybe were an only child. Do you want to share a room with someone else? It's like, you have to think about these things.
Yeah.
Now, before we leave, because you're looking at this, this is why your parents tell you to keep your room clean, because you don't want to be that roommate that is not the clean one. You don't want to be that one. You don't want to be that one. That is for sure. And I have some stories I could tell you guys offline about what happened with some unclean roommates that we saw in college. That was not. That's a panoramic view right there. That's kind of crazy. Yep. But I will break off of that. But yeah, that's some of the things. It's a lot of, and we're adding more and more stuff to the app. So we'll have even more videos and stuff like that people can tie into. But in a nutshell, again, make a logical choice by being prepared. So when you get down there, your emotions won't kick in and cause you to make a financial decision off of emotion that will hurt you in the future. So that's all I have.
Yes. So we hope something was said that helps you in your journey of your college selection. Consider all the different variables, and remember, as much as you want to attend, they want you to attend too. So make sure you make the best choice for you. So guys, thank you for tuning in to Ambassador Clubs Live, and have a great day.
Take care.